You're not going to see it. You're not going to see right down to the millimeter. I'm not going to zoom it in or anything, but you can get the gist of this. I just took my paper towel with the caulking and just folded it in half. In fact, I can probably still use this for a little bit. And I'll just do this here. I got stuff in my way, but we'll get her. We'll get her. Keep it at the same angle all the way. Okay. Wipe your tip off. Make sure you depress that. Okay. The same angle, the same pressure. Voila. Now there's a little bit, got it, and I hardly have anything left. Okay, I'm wiping it that way. Now if I go this way, I don't want to backhand it, so that's why I'm going to go with my left hand there, and I can go with my right, because I'm at the same angle, whether or not I use my right or left hand. Okay? And since I'm right here, we'll do the tips. I mean, these actually look really good, but I'm just going to put a little bit on there and use the caulking as a paint and my finger as a paintbrush and get it. Okay. And here I've got it just, I'm caulking it just down to where the door casing is, because the door casing is above the floor. So now I've got that. That's just fine. And I got one nail here that I had to tack that down because it was lifting. I had to do that every once in a while, and then I would either pull the nail or sink it in with the nail set, whatever. Okay, good. That does that. See, you know, it's really not that hard to do this, even if you've never caulked before. Okay. And this paper towel is actually working fine. Like I said, I used to wipe that on my hand and then rinse it out with the sponge and some bucket of water. And I missed a little spot, so I can go back, add a little. Keep it at the same angle, the same amount of pressure on my caulk gun. Okay. Now I can go from left to right there, the same angle as I went the other way. Right? That time I could tell I didn't have much caulking left, so that's why I just continued it. Just continued around. That actually looks really good. I'm just going to look at the end. And the guys who put this base in, they cracked me up. How would you put a piece of baseboard in that small hole there? You know, up next to the door casing. See, they ran this piece that way, and they left that gap. You know how they should have done it? They should have cut a little small piece with a 45 on it, and they should have put that flat in here with the 45 and pushed it down in there, then cut this one out of 45 to fit that, and that would have fixed that. But they didn't, because son of a gun, they didn't exactly know what they were doing, and they were under pressure, and they had to finish and all that kind of stuff. Look how they stopped this piece of base here. They stopped it right there. You know, because this trim, it's like they installed the door casings first, apparently, and the door trim, the door casing, the door jamb and all that kind of stuff. Had they thought of this, they could have made it longer and they could have notched this and filled it in all the way back over there. They could with this baseboard. They could have done that. Or, you know, something different, but no, they stopped the baseboard right there. You know, some people, you just have to work with what you got, basically. You know, there wasn't anything I could do about that, right? Okay, so I've got that, and now I've got the little edge, got this end, I've got this wiped off, I got my tip right there, and I'm gonna do just that little bit right there. That's it. Okay. And it's exactly where it needs to be. Wipe off the excess, and this edge looks really good, but I'm still gonna put a little bit on there. You know, from time to time, when you're cleaning your baseboards, if you want, you may want to put a little bit of caulking on there, if need be. Okay. It's not covering all the way just yet. Maybe I can. Oh, there's the wet stuff. I can use that. There. Okay. Okay, I'm liking that. There. Use my little screwdriver as a flat putty knife. Doesn't that look good? It didn't take much. I didn't do anything tricky, did I? You know, that looks, I'm telling you, it looks like a professional caulked that. A professional painter caulked it and painted it. A professional trim installer cut and installed the quarter round trim. Doesn't it look really nice in here? But no, you did it all yourself. I showed you, if you will remember, I showed you how to paint door casings, door jambs, the baseboard, showed you how to paint the walls, showed you how to cut the baseboard in, showed you how to cut the walls down into the baseboard, showed you how to cut the walls into the casings. Everything is so nice and clean. Showed you how to paint the ceilings and cut the ceilings in, cut the walls up to the ceilings, all that kind of stuff. You can look back, if you haven't seen those, that's why I'm making these episodes 1 through whatever. So you can go all the way back to the first part of the condo renovations and see all the different things that I've done in here. And most of the things I did myself. The only things I didn't do, I did not install this laminate flooring. We had a carpet installer do that. I did not install the carpet. Okay, but pretty much everything else that needed to be done in here, I did. Actually, a plumber came in here, pulled the old toilet off because he worked on a water heater for us and put a tankless water heater in. And while he was doing that, I said, hey, can you pull the toilet up and the pedestal sink? So he pulled them up, and then we got a new toilet. I even installed a new toilet. I've got that on some episodes too, okay? And so anything I've got to finish here, I'm gonna continue making episodes. This is not my last episode, okay? I've got a little bit more to do, and plus later on down the road in a couple weeks, we've got the countertops coming, and they're nice quartz countertops. And so you know what has to happen before that. And of course I'll make videos of putting plastic up, putting this cardboard stuff down on the floors, and how I'm going to go about removing this tile countertop, because this tile countertop, look at this. You've got the counter of the porcelain tiles. Then you've got a layer of concrete, okay, about 1.25 inches. Then you got, I think, 5/8 or 3/4 inch plywood. They even want, I was going to save the plywood, but no, he wants the plywood off. I got to pull that off. I got to pull the backsplash piece off, and I'm going to try to take that off without damaging the sheetrock too much. Eventually we're going to put tile from the new counter, which is going to be lower than this. See, the counter is only going to be 1 inch and I don't know, 1/4 inch, 3/8 thick from this point up. So that's going to be about to there. And then we'll put tile up the walls and up to the microwave. We're going to get a new microwave installed first, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, anything, like I say, anything I still have to make videos of, I will, and I'll include those in episodes, okay? All right, let's get on with it. I've got a little bit more caulking to do, don't I? I'm going to do this section here and that down there. Okay, that looks really good too. Got everything taken care of other than this area here. You remember, I'm not doing this just yet because I'm letting this dry 1 extra day. Then after I pull the masking tape off, I clean it with any sticky areas. I'll clean with WD-40 and use a rag with WD-40 along this and do all that. And then I already did that in this room, but I don't want to caulk it until tomorrow after that WD-40. I want that WD-40 to dry all the way, okay, before I put caulking on it. All right, it's looking good. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos